Hi everyone, it's Maybelle with Love Shaped Intuition. It is April 2025. I'm back with another reading. This is for the month of April for each individual zodiac sign. I'm going to be pulling 5 oracle cards, one for each week of the month. I will be pulling tarot as well as advice. If you haven't yet subscribed, please take a moment to subscribe. It is the most valuable support that you can provide me here on YouTube. It's free for your subscription. Like, comment, share this video with a friend or family member. All interactions are continuing to help the channel to grow, and I really appreciate all your support. To find out other ways you can support my channel, visit the comment section or the description box. If this is not your zodiac sign, feel free to look for those posted up on my channel. I will be putting them in a playlist to also make them easier to locate. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Hi Libra, happy April. What is the general energy for the month for Libra? Okay, the Oracle's gift. Great big love. Grand symphony. Birds of a feather. And willing release. Okay, so the Oracle's gift, you might be receiving a gift this month. You might be receiving sign symbol synchronicities. You might be receiving messages from Oracle or tarot readings. This may be a reading that is helpful in confirming something for you. You might be seeing any of the symbols in the reading as confirmation. So in real life, if you see any of these things, like if you see a bunch of dandelions and it becomes some kind of message to you throughout the day or something, then it's confirmation of this reading for you. The Oracle's gift, you might be drinking some kind of tea. You might be, again, sending a gift, receiving a gift, something having to do with love, a heart opening, being vulnerable, and expressing love, or someone expressing love to you. Something having to do with music. You might be actually going to an event or listening to music, something that maybe makes you think about a person that you love. You might be sending music to someone that you love. You might be sending like a playlist, making a playlist, sending a gift to someone. Again, you might be seeing birds, hummingbird or other birds, birds of a feather. You might be hanging out with friends, or someone there might be talk or gossip amongst friends. You might be talking to friends. You might be talking to friends, someone who might have spiritual gifts, like an oracle or tarot card reader or a healer of some kind. But the birds of a feather can be symbolizing talk or gossip, and or feeling like a sense of belonging. Like, are you surrounded by those that understand you? Because you do have a willing release. So some kind of wish or something that you might be needing to let go of, something that you might be sabotaging the situation. Are these friends not understanding of your situation or of your love relationship? And could you be letting go of their gossip or their impressions or their advice? This could also be bringing something into balance or harmony. Messages in the music. You might be needing to release things to God's source spirit and allowing love to kind of, because Venus is your ruler, Libra. Venus is going direct soon this month. So this might have to do maybe with a friend relationship, that you are loving this person and want to express your feelings to. You might be wanting to kind of release it out into the open. All right, we're going to go ahead and set those off to the side. We're going to look at your week by week now. For week number 1 for Libra. Okay, Raven Spirit, truth. So you might be hearing the truth or speaking the truth. Again, we did have that Oracle's gift. Maybe you're listening to your own intuition and receiving signs, symbols, synchronicities. Card number 32. Oh, and I did notice there was a synchronicity with the numbers here. Okay, so we had 25, 26, and 27. So that's movement forward or progression, taking steps. And then we did have 37, which is like a jump of 10. And then we have 49. So definitely synchronistic with the steps forward. This deck has been used several times and shuffled, so it's not that they were in order, they were brand new or anything like that. Alright, so card number 32, 3s are numbers of teamwork, collaboration, 2s are anytime you have a connection between yourself and another, and 32 together is 5, which is a number of change, challenge, or competition. I'm really being drawn to her crown. It's like almost glowing to me, like it's bright yellow. I've never seen it like that. So maybe you are needing to align the chakras, but especially being connected like at the crown chakra is important at this time. Seeing things truthfully, the truth is being revealed, or you are needing to speak the truth, or you are speaking the truth, or you're seeing the truth. You might be seeing ravens. Week number 2 for Libra. This may have to do with some kind of security or being grounded or rooted because of all the red. So kind of something on a solid foundation. Remaining grounded, building something for the future. Week number 2. Okay, the honoring path. Wow. And so those same colors that were really being drawn out to me, the golden crown, the red of the jewels, and the red of the gown and the flowers, or the leaves. The fall may be important, and yes, I know that your birthday is also in the fall. You may be watching this for your, not your sun, maybe your rising or your moon, but the willing release card would be a time of release with the leaves falling from the trees. The honoring path may be receiving honors or giving honors, and we did have that gift energy. 7 is a number of the 7th house, which is Libran energy. 7th house, partnerships, long-term contracts, long-term relationships, partnerships, contracts, relationships, including marriage. And we do have the honoring path, so maybe doing what's right or honoring someone. Maybe doing what's right and honoring someone for telling the truth, or honoring someone with the truth. Week number 3 for Libra. Okay, focus. What you focus on is what you will attract. Focusing on positive outcomes, focusing on what it is that you want instead of what it is that you don't want. There's a challenge perhaps that you might be focused on, but you need to be focused on solutions, positive energy, healing energy, not on the challenge. Because mountains are looked at as challenges or obstacles many times, but some people, myself included, I love the mountains. I used to love it even more when I could tolerate the cold weather, but this is asking you to focus on solutions. So you could go, towards the mountain, you could go around the mountain, you could choose another path, you could choose to go with someone, or you could go with others, or you could turn around and choose not to go towards the mountain. It's your choice. The focus is also your choice, what you choose to focus on. Okay, I don't know why I picked up this card deck again, so we're going to go ahead and get another one from this deck for Libra. And we'll just do it for that 3rd week again. Okay, that's too many. I just wanted one. Too many options, Libra. Okay, yes. To be in your power, to focus on what you can do, to focus on your powerful thoughts. Your words are powerful. Your intentions are powerful. You are powerful. Your focus is powerful. Being in the present moment. What can you do? What actions can you take? How can you use your power wisely? How can you focus your energy? Okay, week number 4. Okay, never-ending story. We have number 37. We had 37 with the Oracle's gift. So the never-ending story, now she's holding her head in her hands, and so there is some kind of stress here with a situation that maybe kind of goes around and around. Never-ending story. Something is not finished. There is a heart shape, kind of like in this, I don't know if it's a, okay, so it's an hourglass. There's a heart shape, and I think it says love. The rest of the words are way too small for me to even attempt. There's a mirror here. What I'm feeling is that she, or you, needs to pick up the mirror for some self-reflection. There's something here that needs to be looked at, and perhaps then that can help this never-ending story to shift. What you're focusing on needs to perhaps change so that the story can have a better outcome, right? Week number 5 is just 2 days at the end of April, and then this is a peek into the first week of May. So week 5. Okay, clarity. Wow. So seeing clearly. That's beautiful. So, and having confidence. How you look at yourself. Okay, I'm going to put that there. It was at the bottom of the deck, but I'm going to take it because I did see that mirror, and it was like looking at yourself. Also, when you, if this has to do with a partnership or relationship, because we do have great big love. So looking at yourself and those around you, right? Bringing things into balance and harmony, maybe mending a situation, and being vulnerable with this great big love, right? Having to do with doing what's right, but also not just doing what's right. It's kind of like honoring what's the truth. Honoring the truth, having the confidence to do so. That's important. And when you are talking about how it reflects back, because mirrored energy, and maybe mirrored relationships, twin flame soulmate, or just, again, if it's like your close friends that you're having a situation with or something like that, this never-ending story is because someone or both of you in a partnership, or more of you in a family ship, are not looking at, like, the focus, maybe the blame, the focus is on someone else, or not really seeing what you can do, not seeing clearly, right? And also, when you are healed, they heal, or they have a chance to heal, and you can see when they're healed or not. When you are confident, they can be confident, and vice versa. It's kind of like a reflected energy. You don't end up like hurting one another because you're vulnerable with your love, and you're confident, and you're strong in what it is your truth, and you're seeing things clearly. You focus on what you can do. You focus on how powerful your thoughts are, and that you can change the story. You could change the narrative. And everybody's, like, the truth, your truth is your truth and their truth is their truth. Ace of Wands just flew out, so a new idea, a creative spark, a passionate energy. Aces are opportunities from the universe, from God's source spirit. So this is a passionate, creative opportunity, a new idea. What is this for Libra? Wands are action, planning and action. Okay, Seven of Wands. This could be that there is someone needing to kind of stand up for what they believe in, or stand up for themselves, maybe defend themselves. Lots of Wands can be kind of conflict and passion. Could be anger. But the Seven of Wands is standing up for oneself. It's kind of like having like establishing boundaries. Defending oneself. Okay, Three of Wands. Looking out over the horizon at other at options, at what else is out there, planning an action, maybe getting ready to travel. Okay, wow, the world might be ready to travel, might be ready to level up a situation, put an end to one chapter and begin a new chapter. And I do see that as kind of like the world, what's the story, as the world goes round, or whatever the saying is. So this world energy has the fixed signs on it: Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. But the world energy is a successful completion. It could be a graduation, a leveling up, chapter ending to begin a new chapter. And I can't think of the saying. If I remember, I'll put it in the comments. But it's like, oh, as the world turns. It's kind of like a never-ending story to me. The world is a completion. It is an ending. I heard somebody say it was an ending. But there's so many other cards that can represent like true endings. The world card, the world keeps spinning, you know, and it's kind of like leveling up a situation, networking. This could be, again, travel, the World Wide Web. The Three of Wands is can be looked at as waiting. And I do see the Three of Wands here with the time, right? The maybe it just feels like something's been taking a long time with the hourglass for Libra. Okay, the Star card. Could be an Aquarius that you're dealing with, and we did already have Aquarius in the World card represented. The Star card is hope and healing. Looking at things optimistically. Could be a wish upon a star. Okay, we have too many. So I'm going to put it back in. I did see the Page of Wands, which can be like immature, premature communication, a flirtatious communication, a young fire sign. For Libra. Okay, Page of Cups. So more young energy. A Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces can be a child. Can be a message of love or emotional message. It can be an apology. Okay, having to do with friends. And we did have the Birds of a Feather card. The Three of Cups can be friends. It can be a reunion or celebration, coming back together with friends. We do have Three of Cups and we do have Three of Wands, so it could be a third party situation where there's some kind of blockage. Okay, Six of Swords, moving away from the drama. So you have this opportunity to move away from this drama. It could be with someone or it could be on your own. In this particular deck, it shows with someone. But it's a card of moving to calmer waters. Okay, Justice card, which represents you, Libra, in the tarot. And so seeking balance, seeking what's just, seeking what's fair, again, doing what's right, the honoring path. It could be a new contract. It could be the ending to a contract. So it could be divorce or marriage. It could be just kind of seeking what's fair and what's right. Also making a decision. Oh, and I was talking about the focus, making a choice. Okay. Okay, the Page of Swords and the Fool card fell out. So more young energy. The Page of Swords might be needing to get more information. It's kind of like a quick communication or quick text. Page of Swords can be air energy, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. And the Fool card can be an Aries or someone kind of jumping into things, taking a leap of faith, maybe not doing something so prepared. This could also be, I don't know why, but I'm really looking at this like blue flower. Someone might be acting foolishly, needing more information. Okay. So I thought that it was just 2 cards, but it was 3. And there we have the Judgment energy, which is a second chance or a judgment call. It's kind of like a realization or an awakening. Really being like called to the carpet on this to like realize something, right? The truth is being spoken. Clarity is being seen. The Lover's energy, Gemini energy. The Lover's card is a head over heart or heart over mind choice or decision. It is oftentimes having to do with making a choice for love or making a choice for something logical. It's sometimes twin flame energy or soulmate energy, divinely guided by the angel there. The Lover's energy can represent a return to better health. It can also be, it's a number 6, so seeking balance in an unbalanced situation or kind of looking for equal reciprocity. And then the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of like feeling disappointed with something. And I'll just leave it there because it doesn't want to be picked up. The Four of Cups, it could be feeling like being rejected. It could be feeling like you're going to be rejected, so not making the offer. It could also be that the other person is not making an offer because they feel like they're going to be rejected or that they were being rejected. They feel like this cup that is an ace, like this Ace of Wands, this ace is also coming from the cloud in the sky. It's an opportunity. It's the new offer. Perhaps it's like this Page of Cups being offered, right? And they're feeling like the never-ending story, it's going to be the same as before. These 3 cups that were unsatisfactory and not what they wanted or not what you wanted. So the new idea is to like defend oneself for waiting, to level up a situation, looking at things hopefully, optimistically wanting to heal, then maybe some kind of love offer or offer of an apology to reconnect, or some kind of reunion, or something to friends. Perhaps like moving away from the drama, maybe moving away from the drama, whatever the friends were saying, because we did have the flock of birds, right? And then doing what's fair and what's just. Perhaps talking, maybe, talking to friends and then having them help with some advice that makes you move forward away from the drama, seeking what's fair and what's just and what's balanced, needing to gather more information, kind of taking a leap of faith for some kind of judgment call, making a judgment call, second chance, and having to deal with making a choice, making a decision for like head over heart or heart over mind. Even if you feel, let's get one more about this Four of Cups, about feeling rejected. Maybe that's why time was like, maybe that's why so much time went by, or maybe that's why things kind of stayed the same for Libra. Okay, I was holding the card deck in reverse, I think. But yes, that's what it is. It's effort, energy, it's work, it's dedication to work, it's becoming a master at something, really putting effort, energy, and work into something. The Eight of Pentacles is work, and the Ace of Pentacles is something solid, tangible, secure, a commitment, a proposal, something that can be planted for the future. And you can see that they're both either financial or about self-worth. So maybe not feeling enough, or not like, yeah, like, because these came out like this. So, and in reverse, I see cards in reverse as like, sometimes it just like takes time and turning those things around. So, but this is work, energy, effort, investment, and making a choice, like head over heart or heart over mind. All right, let's get your advice. For Libra. Okay, savings. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. So yes, so your self-worth and your value. Know that you're worthy. And maybe your friends, it depends on everybody, like if they are good with money and savings and set a good example, and perhaps they're not, but the Seven of Wands, you're needing to have like better boundaries, or kind of guard your energy, or defend yourself. So, and then these cards came out in reverse. So saving for your future. Perhaps that's this judgment call. Maybe not wanting to. For Libra. Okay, organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose, and we did have clarity. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. Wow. So we'll put that under the planning and action. And clearing debts. Your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. Yes, so doing the right thing, that may have you kind of living for other people's goals. And what you really need to be doing is focusing on, yes, sometimes focusing on yourself, depending on what you've been doing in the past. What is your focus on? And where has it gotten you this far? For Libra. Okay, motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. Yes. So whatever this is that was kind of flipped upside down, that can be turned around. And instead of defending the weight, this is actually kind of like ending that cycle, ending that chapter, and moving forward for the new chapter. Looking at things hopefully and optimistically instead of like this woe is me, never-ending story. What is this for Libra? Okay, precious time. This is talking about not wasting time. We had the hourglass. We have the judgment card, which is kind of like a judgment call. It's time. The precious time, it says, the fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. Very important message there. And tree wisdom. This tree dryad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sounds it makes. Beautiful. And we did have the symphony, the grand symphony energy. So with the sounds it makes, you might be hearing signs, symbols, synchronicities, especially having to do with music. You might be needing to, or it might be a good idea to listen to meditations, to listen to affirmations, solfeggio frequencies, hypnosis, whatever it is that you can listen to, affirmations, things that help you kind of get in the right mindset for whether it's releasing and clearing debts and obligations to others who hold, too much power over the choices in your life, and organizing for success, allowing success into your life, saving for yourself and for your future, and really focusing on what it is that you have as your goals and intentions and anything that you are motivated to get started. All right, so that is what I have for Libra. I hope it was helpful. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. I'd love to see you back at Love Shaped Intuition. Take care, and thank you for watching.